Welcome friends to OneStop Java Solutions. I am Snehasis and today I am going to explain you about the main method. Okay, so in each and every videos whatever till now I have uploaded in my channel, you have seen that I use the main method. Okay, and you also know the prototype of the main method, that is public static void main. Okay, that also you know, but today I am going to explain you in details about this main method, the meaning of this prototype and how it is called at the time of execution of a Java program. Okay, so for that, first here you can see that I have already created one folder that is inside my desktop YouTube demo, and inside this folder I am creating one Java code. Okay, so open text and here write a class main. Class name must be in capital, so class main demo. Okay, and here only I am creating a class and giving the name as public, sorry, my public class and giving the name as main demo. Okay, public class and saving this with this same name main demo. Okay, so right click on save as and here give the name and then Java. Okay, so it will create one Java file. Okay, so here you can see that Java file is created and I have given the same name with the class name of this Java file. Okay, and now I am opening this with Notepad++. So here you can see it is a main demo.java. Okay, now what I am going to do, that I am going to command prompt. Okay, so from command prompt first check your Java version. So it's 1.8. so in Java 1.8 and the later version, if you execute a Java code without main method, then what happened? Okay, so just write Java C then main demo.java. I am compiling this code. Compile is successful, there is no error. And now if I execute or run this class file that created after compilation, here you can see a class file is created. Here you can see that this is your class file, this is created after compilation. Now if you execute this class file, this is basically containing bytecode. Okay, here you can see that main method not found in class main demo, please define the main method as public static void main string args. So this is basically the syntax of the main method. Okay, so you can call it as a prototype or signature of the main method. Okay, so this is expected. So without main method you can compile your code, but at runtime it will not allow you to run. Okay, because runtime JVM first start execution of your code from main method. So first it will try to search the main method in your code, and if it will not found, then it is giving this error message that main method not found in class whatever your class name, that is here main demo. Okay, so now what I'll do, I am giving that name, means creating the main method here, public, this is the modifier, then static, then void main, then string args. Okay, save it and now execute it. You have to compile again, otherwise it will, means previous version will be run. Okay, so after compilation it will generate a new bytecode in the form of .class file, and then if you execute it, then it's execution successfully. So compile and execution both are successful. I am not printing any message, that's why you didn't get anything in this screen. Okay, but it is executed successfully. Now I am explaining you this all this value, that is public, static, void, main. So this is the basically signature of the main method, and everything is required here. Okay, I'm showing you. If you before that, okay, so first I'm explaining you what is public. Public is basically a modifier, and once a method you make it as a public, that means outside of this package, okay, if you try to access this method, it will allow. Okay, so here what command we are using basically here, if you can see that Java C and Java. Okay, so these are Java C is a Java compiler and Java is a JVM, basically the means it will call the JVM. This is executable code. Okay, so if you go to desktop, go to this PC, I guess it's in C drive. Okay, so I'm going to C drive, then program file x86. Here you can see Java is installed. Here you can see Java, it's JDK 1.8. Okay, and inside that bin is there. So here you can see that this Java and Java C, this comment. Okay, so whatever you are using from command prompt, after that it's Java C, it is a Java compiler, and this Java is a basically JVM. So at runtime JVM, this code, this is a some code software. Okay, that software, inside this software it is configured, okay, the signature of the main method. And every time once you execute a code or run a code from a Java code, first JVM will check that main method is present in your code or not, because it start executing from main method. Okay, so here if it not found, then it will give you the not found method. Okay, now so here you can see that the inside your C drive program files Java JDK bin, here is your JVM is here. Okay, so your JVM is calling main method from there. Okay, and your program is inside the this folder, that is YouTube demo. Okay, so these are basically two different packages. From outside of this package you are calling a method, so that's why you have to make it as a public. Okay, but if you don't make it public, if you remove this public keyword from here, and if you try to execute it once again, you have to compile it first, and then if you run it, here you can see it's giving you that error message, main method is not found. That means public is required here. Okay, so public, it is, you must have to mention the public. Then static, if you remove this static one, then what happened? Compile it, then execute it. Here you can see that main method is not static in class main demo. Okay, so it must have to static. And why you are using static? Because JVM will not create any object of your class. Okay, it's directly call the main method without creating object. And anytime if you try to call a method of a class without creating object, then you must have to make it static. Okay, because if you watch my previous video, I already explained that without creating object you cannot access method, okay, from a class. So here without means you can do it if you make it static. Okay, otherwise you have to create the object first, and then using that object you can call that method. Okay, so here we are, JVM is not creating any object of this class main demo. Okay, so instead of creating object, as it is calling this main method from this class, so you must have to make it static. Okay, then void is the return type. So if you remove it, void, then you will get the error at compile time, not at runtime, because main is a method, and in Java for every method you must have to define the return type. Okay, if you not mentioned any return type, if it's not returning anything, then you have to make it void. Okay, so here if I compile it once again, here you can see that at compile time it is giving the error. Invalid method declaration return type required, public static, there is no return type. So here you have to give the return type as void, because this main method not returning any value to JVM, because JVM is calling this method, main method, and you are not returning, means JVM is not expecting any returning values, so that's why you have to make it void. Okay, then main, and instead of main, if you change the name of the m is capital, okay, or means it is case sensitive, you have to, Java is a case sensitive, so you have to must write main in small form. Okay, m is should be mods, and if you make it capital, and then if you compile it once again and run it, here you can see that not found. Okay, main method is not found, so main m must be in small. Okay, and now string args, this is command line argument. Okay, and if you remove this command line argument and execute the code from here, compile is successful every time, but at runtime you will get this error message, because at runtime JVM first call the main method. Okay, so at compile time there is no function of main method, it will compile successfully, but at runtime once the JVM will check the main method prototype, then it will not allow me, if it is not found in your code, it will give you this exception. Okay, so you must have to use this string args as a argument. Okay, so this is basically command line argument, and it is expecting some string array. Okay, you can pass it or you can ignore it, no matter, but at prototype you have to define. Okay, so this is clear. So public is clear, that outside of this package or class main demo, JVM from outside of this class JVM is calling this main method, that's why you have to make it public. Then static, instead of using the object of this class, it is directly calling this. So I am showing you two method, I am creating two methods, one is static method and one is non-static method, and showing you how it will work. So here public non-static demo, okay, public non-static demo or non-static method, public non-static method, and here void, I am giving the return type as void, and inside this method I am writing system dot out dot println, and inside this method I am writing, it is a non-static method, okay, and I am creating one static method here, public static, and here giving the name as static method, and here instead of non-static I am printing that static method. Okay, these two methods I have created and calling these two methods inside this main method. Okay, because JVM start executing this from main method, and inside the main method I am calling these two methods. Okay, so first main method will execute, then this non-static method will execute, and then this static method will call by main method. Okay, so these three statements execute one by one. first this main method called by JVM, and after that this line will be executed and this line will be executed. And now if you execute this, okay, before that clear screen. Okay, what is the command to help? Here you can see for clear screen, here you can see for clear screen it is a CLS, clear screen. Okay, so use CLS. Okay, clear screen. Now execute it. Java C main demo.java. So here you can see that error non-static method cannot be referenced from a static construct. So non-static method I am calling from a static method, so it will not allowing it. So I am commenting out. Okay, now compile it. Call it static method. So you can call the static method directly. Now another way to call the static method, here inside this from this class I am directly using this method, that's why no class name is required, but using this class name also you can call, no problem. Okay, so I am using that class name dot then the static method name. Compile it once again and execute it. Okay, static method, it will call it. But this non-static method, how you can call it? So for that first you have to create a object of this class. Okay, so here I am creating an object main demo md equal to new main demo. So first I am creating an object of this class, and using this object md I am calling this method. Okay, so here you can see if I execute it, first compile it and execute it, you can see that non-static method and static method both method are calling, no problem. Okay, so first it's calling the non-static method and print the non-static method, and then second method is called for main method and it's printing the static method. Okay, so you are getting both of. So it's clear that using static you can call a method without creating object. Okay, only class name, using the class name you can call the method. And for non-static method you must have to create the object first, and then using that object you can call that. Okay, so it's clear. So that's why the main method is static, because JVM is not creating any object of your defined class. It will directly call the class, the main method using that class name. Okay, then void, it is clear that it's the return type, and JVM is calling this main method and JVM is not expecting any values, return values. That's why you have to make it void. Then the main, that is the name that is configured inside the JVM, and once JVM means if you execute your code, first JVM will look or searching the main method is in your code or not. If it's found the main method, then it start execution from main method. Okay, and here I want to tell you one thing, that if you configure a customized JVM, basically JVM is provided by the Sun Microsystem. Okay, so the Java developer, they have provided the means software, Java software, whatever you are installed. So they have configured like this way inside the JVM. If you means if they change the configuration, instead of main, if they suppose they make it capital M, then you can use that prototype. Okay, then your execution will be start with that means main method only, that M should be capital, means start will be capital. So if they configured means customized JVM, if they provide, then you can use as per your requirement. Means if you, they will not provide, but if you request them or approach to them and you have to pay some amount, so they can provide you the customized JVM, and in that case you can use that prototype. Okay, whatever prototype they will provide, or if you want any prototype means customized prototype, then they will provide it. That's fine. And now string args, that is basically the command line argument that I will show you what is the purpose of command line argument, because here you can see that Okay, so this is basically done, so I am removing this but once again, and now I am showing you the customize sorry, this command line argument. So here you can see that, delete this part as well. So here I am printing dot out dot println, system dot out dot println, and here args 0, I am printing args 0. Okay, and save it, and from main method if you execute it, you are not passing any argument. While you are running this, you are not passing any argument, and it's giving that java.lang array index out of bound exception. Now if you run it with a value suppose 5, and if you execute it, you can see that it's printing this value. So at comment from command line, while you are running, after compilation, while you are executing or running this code, if you pass any parameter values, okay, then that value will be stored in this argument string. Okay, so that you can use. And so here you can do one thing, in first time, if you not means if you want to print this, and if you don't want any exception, first time you got exception because you try to access the array index 0 but there is no value. That's why you got this exception, array index out of bound exception. So here you can use one line that if args dot length greater than 0, okay, that means there is at least one value is there. So then you can print the first values, because array index will start with 0, so I am printing the 0 from 0th values. So now if you execute it, first compile it, and then if you execute it without any parameter, then also it's not printing. But if you execute it with a parameter suppose 5, okay, then it's printing 5, okay, the first one. And if you suppose 10 and then 4 and then 5, you have passed 3 values, and it will print the first one 10, because you are printing the 0th index. Okay, so in that way, at command line means at runtime you can pass the values to your program. Okay, so this is the facilities of command line argument. Now here is something that you can do, that this public static void main, so this order you can change. Okay, so if you change this static public, then also it's fine, no issues. To compile this and run it, no problem. Okay, it's fine. And here also the declaration of the main means array, it's basically an array declaration. So here you can do it like this way, string args, like this way you can declare it, no problem. That also it will support. Okay, because this is array declaration and Java is support multiple array declaration. So here also you can see that it's perfectly, but it's executed successfully. Okay, now you can also change the array name, then instead of args you can only use arg. Okay, so that also fine, there is no problem, because this is a variable name and you can give it as per your choice. So that's also fine. Now, so these are the prototype or signature that you have, means that you can use. Okay, but here you cannot change the means swap the void, okay, before public or after, means it what this static and public, you these you can exchange. Okay, instead of public static you can write that static public, that is good. But the industry standard, what the industry follows, that public static, first the modifier name, then this static, and then the return type. And also for return type here you cannot change, because return type always should be before the method name. Okay, so here void should be before the main it must be there. Okay. So that is the prototype. And now one thing, that the override, if you try to override the main method, that also possible. Public static void main. So I am writing another main method. Instead of string args, I am just giving blank. I am not passing, means I am overriding. One is expecting an means taking the string array, and another was in only, means no argument I am it's expecting. So there is two main method I am writing here. Okay. And now if you execute it, so it's allow the overloading. Okay. So here you can see that there is no problem. And now from here, if I write, so okay, so this part you can delete. Okay, just right here and delete this if condition from here, not required. And from main, if you call the main method from this main method, and here print some this main, and here print some message like overloaded main method. Okay. So this will, you will get this message because from main method you are calling this main method. So from here, okay, so overloaded main method, that is, you, it means from main method I am calling this overloaded main method. See, this overloading is supported for main method. And here instead of, suppose, string is sorry, here you provide some string, that is suppose ram. Okay. And here just string s. Okay. And if you execute it, here you can see that overloaded main method is called. Okay. So here I am parameterized main method. Okay, it's a string array. Here I am defining string array, and here it's only a string values. Okay, so this parameterized main method is called. Okay, so this overloading is you can do. And for another thing is that overriding. Okay, so for overriding I am showing you that, go to desktop, then it was YouTube demo. Okay, so here main method is there, so I am copying this and pasting here, and then change the, instead of main method I am writing inherit main method, inherited main method. Okay, so inherited main method I am giving the name. Now I am opening this, and this method name I am changing the main demo. Instead of main demo I am doing that inherited main method public class, and remove all these things. Okay. And now what I will do here, I am executing Java C, and instead of main demo I am using inherited main demo Java. And now compile would be successful, and you can see that class file is generated. And now if I am run this method, it will definitely give you that main method is not found in class inherited demo. Okay, that's the same message you are getting. Now what I am doing, I am just extends, and the previous method name is main demo. Okay, so this main demo is containing the main method, so I am creating a class inherited demo. That method don't have any main method, and now I am extend this from main demo. And now if I execute it, compile it first and then execute it, then you can see that overloaded main method, you are getting the that value, means the same result if you execute the main demo, then here you can see that we are executing the main demo, and it's giving the overloaded main method, and here also you are getting the overloaded main method. So what happened, basically you are extending. So once you extend, you can see that this method is containing that main method. Okay, and once you extend, that means this inherit main method also get this line of code. Okay, these two method, that is main and this overloaded main method. And once you run this method, then now this method is getting this code, so it's giving this method. And now if you, it means override the main method here. Okay, public static void main and string args, and inside this main method I am not writing anything. Okay, only closing it. And now if you again compile it, okay, so here bracket is missing, so give it. Now compile it once again, and if you execute that, now the overloaded method means it's overloading is done here. But if you both the method, so here you can see that the main method, whatever you write, means if you don't write any method inside that, then this version will be, means this extended version, once you extend from main demo, then this main method of this main demo is copied from here to this, and at that time it will allow you to execute. But now if you write the main method, then this overridden method will be executed. Okay, because this is your because this method is containing this main method, so in that case this version, okay, if it is not there, then it will allow you to support this line of code. But if it is there, so then you cannot, means this version will be executed, not this one. Okay, so this is the restriction. Okay, for main method. So here you can means it is clear that inheritance and means in at the time of inheritance main method will be inherit. Okay, and if it is not there, then the this version will be executed. But if it is there, then that version will be executed, whatever present, already present, that would be executed. Okay, and this is done. And apart from that, is there anything missing? I guess no, everything is done. Okay, so this is basically the prototype of main method. Okay, okay, so it's done. So that's it, that is all about the main method. So this is the main method signature. And once you means execute any Java code, so JVM first check this prototype, and if it's found, then only your code will be executed. Okay, so compilation is fine, no problem, but at the runtime the JVM will check the prototype of the main method, and it will start execution from that main method only. Okay, now it's clear that how, what is the prototype of the main method and how it will work. Okay, so hope you can understand. So thanks for watching this video, and if you like my videos, you can subscribe my channel, okay, and share with your friends, and also click on the bell icon, so that once I upload the next video, you will get the notification. And in my description of this video, you can see the channel link is there, so you can go there and watch the relevant video related to core Java web related topics. And also currently I am means uploading all the TCS proctored assessment, okay, solution in my channel, so you can go there and watch those as well. Okay, and if you have any question or queries, you can write in the comment box, so I'll try to give you the answer in my next videos. Okay, So that's it. So thanks for watching this.